Allison's at the writer's house like all the time, every day. She probably sleeps here sometimes, but I couldn't quite think of her as a student. Not that I needed to necessarily, but part of that reason is because she's a teacher herself. She teaches many students around town, and for our last class, I actually wanted to make a joke when I was giving my final words about, I wanted to be like, I went out and got that tattoo. But I would get it on my bicep, not on my, anyway. But that's a little inside joke. But anyway, here's Allyson.
On the subject of children, I was just like at a CSSP book party screaming Harambe. If you don't know what that is, you should. So if I lose my voice, I apologize. Everyone should do Harambe. Maybe I'll teach you after. I'm just reading the ending of my collage essay, which is on my relationship with my father and my ex-boyfriend, quasi-ex-boyfriend. And it's gonna start midway through a car ride with my dad when he decided it was necessarily to pull me off a train and drive 6 hours to Philadelphia with me. He grips the steering wheel and pushes the gas. We'll make better time than the train, he says. Well, just so you know, I have to do homework, so I can't really talk, I say. That's fine. Homework doesn't last long. I make a comment to my dad about my sociology reading that launches us into an hour-long conversation. My dad weaves around cars, never satisfied with the lane he is in. I watch the nighttime whiz by the window. Thanks, I say, for driving me. No problem, sweetheart, he says. This is something Alex would do. That's because he loves you. At some point, I fall asleep. When I wake 3 hours later, I see the skyline of Philadelphia. I have the sensation of coming home even though I just left. The red and white lights atop the tall buildings transfix me every time I see them. I want to dive into them. I want to stand at the top of the buildings and see everything. I want to explore every street and meet all the people and hear all the sounds. I love the bigness of it all, how the city expands upwards and outwards. We get closer and closer, our little car being swallowed by the city, my eyes wide. The people we love and who love us are like magnets. They tug us back. They embed themselves somewhere inside of us like a fishhook that caught the tight, uncomfortable knot deep in your chest you can only feel when you're trying not to cry. They reel us back towards them with taut, clear strings we cannot see but we can feel no matter how hard we struggle to be free. Sometimes we want to be caught. We want to be pulled back into loving arms, into protective casings and safe places. Other times we wish to be let go. Most of the time we find ourselves somewhere in between, trying to understand how to be grown when we are still someone's child, how to be whole when we feel like a half, trying to decide whether to stay or to go. I lean over the rail towards the bright water. His hand is on the small of my back. Maybe I think I can fly like the gulls. Maybe I want to jump into the limitless water. I lean forward and he tugs back, not letting his baby go.